Hey, Festive Fractal fans, Mr. Brennan here. I want to make a really quick distinction about something that came up a bunch of different times yesterday, and that's the difference between a two-dimensional triangle, like you see the faces of your tetrahedron, and the height there. So I gave you the height. The height of that triangle face is 7 8 cm. Okay, and but if you think about it, so that's if the triangle is laying flat. But if it's rocked back, like you see this angle right here in the three-dimensional polyhedron, the tetrahedron, because it has four sides, so it's at an angle. So this height here that you're going to see is not, it's not the same as that height there. It does not equal. The height you're going to get when you stand one of these guys up, you lean those faces over, the height you're going to get is 7 35 cm. So you see it's a little less than this. So, and that makes a difference. When we're thinking about this, think about the area too, that came up. And you think to find the area of a triangle in two dimensions, you go 1/2 base, which is the side, right? We know that's 9 centimeters times height. I think you'll be okay. So it's a lot different to find the volume, and that's going to give us an area is going to be cm squared because it has length and width, right? 2 dimensions is a triangle. 3 dimensions, the volume equals the side cubed, that's 9 times 9 times 9, we talked about that before, times the 6 or divided by 6 times the square root of 2. Now this is a little bit of a problem here. This part of it, the square root of 2, that makes our equations messy, and I'm going to show you something. I got a confession to make. Because of that square root of 2, I got a little nervous in my, I got a little bit nervous in my some of my calculations, because I know if I fudge a little bit and just round to the nearest hundredth, I'm going to multiply this mistake over and over and over again. So this is all this weird stuff that came up yesterday. Kids were talking about face area and face minus space, and this is a question that I had for you. Finding the volume I just showed you is s cubed divided by 6 times square root of 2. And again, depending on what the calculator you use, you're going to get different answers. So I went back to what I talked about usually and started rounding to the nearest hundred. So I'm sorry if that gives you crazy numbers, but and you don't have to do this yourself. If you want to use a volume generator, it's, ooh, I didn't know. Did you see what that just did? That's so cool. So I'm going to throw this chart on my Jamboard. I hope it makes sense. Somebody was even talking about the number of unit faces that you see on the different iterations. And I feel like I didn't do enough on this arc to try to get you to make formulas. But so I wish I had done that, but oh well. So here's my work so far. Again, I did cheat a little bit here, carrying out to the thousandth place, but I think you'll be okay. You can do whatever you want. It's just gonna increase the number, your percentage of error, but I still think you're fine. So I'm happy to talk about this. Go to the number of iterations if you haven't answered the questions. This one is about question 2, finding the area, and then finding, so whenever you look at something like this, if you want to get deep into like David's questions about, well, how much space is there? Then you need to figure out the total volume and the volume minus the space. So it changes compared to the way the faces interact, the relationship of the faces, the relationship of the volume. But if you find out the total volume, and then you can see how many of these are, then you'll be able to subtract and you'll figure out how much empty space there is. So I will see you at office hours today. a little bit late because I have a meeting, but I hope this is making sense to you. If not, stop by office hours and we can chat and see where you are. Also, explore the video. I mean it. I spent an hour last night making fractals and it was awesome. I'll show you some of the things I had. I hope you have a terrific day. Learn lots and create.